Hello students, in today's class we are going to see prepositions. Before getting into the topic, first of all we'll understand what a preposition is. Read the first sentence. There is a cow in the field. There is a cow in the field. Second sentence, he is fond of tea. Third, the cat jumped off the chair. In sentence 1, the word in shows the relation between two things. What's the sentence 1? There is a cow in the field. In this sentence, in. So there is a word in that shows the relation between two things. What are those two things? Cow and field. In other words, the word in connects cow and the field. Am I right? In the first sentence, there is a cow in the field. If you just take off that in, the sentence will read like there is a cow, the field. So it is incomplete, right? In this sentence, in connects, in shows a relation between two things, that is cow and the field. In the second sentence, the word of shows relation between the attribute expressed by the adjective fond and tea. In the second sentence, of, there is a word of which connects those two words. One is an adjective fond, the other one is noun, that is tea. So it connects, actually fond is used in respective of he there. He is fond of tea. Actually that fond describes how he likes the tea. He is fond of tea. So of here shows a relationship between fond and tea. In the third sentence, the word of, of, shows the relation between the action expressed by the verb jumped. So of, so that connects jumped and the chair. The words in the first sentence in the second sentence of, and the third sentence of again are here used as prepositions. Three words are different, in, of and of. These words are called prepositions. So definition, what is a preposition? A preposition is a word placed before a noun or a pronoun. Preposition is a word placed before a noun or a pronoun to show in what relation the person or thing denoted by it stands in the regard to something else. I repeat, a preposition is a word placed before a noun or a pronoun to show in what relation the person or thing denoted by it stands in regard to something else. The word preposition means that which is placed before. Pre means before, position means placed. So the word preposition means that which is placed before. Preposition, preposition. Pre means before, position means placed. So that which is placed before is called a preposition. Do you understand? We'll discuss in detail what a preposition is. Prepositions. What is a preposition? In simple terms, preposition is a word that is used to link noun or pronoun with other words in the sentence. Preposition is a word that is used to link noun or pronoun with other words in the sentence. So this word is used to link noun or pronoun with the other words in the same sentence. They provide. Here, they here refers to prepositions provide relationships of noun or pronoun with the other words. They provide relationships of a noun or pronoun with the other words in the sentence. Let's take an example. The book is on the table. Where is the book? It's on the table. Here on connects the book. Book is a noun. On the other side, table is a noun. So it connects the word on, which is a preposition, connects the book and the table. If you take off that on, the book is the table. Book is table. What is it? We cannot come to a conclusion. There is no proper meaning in it. So, on, which is a preposition, connects a noun with the other noun. Here, in this sentence, that preposition on connects the book with the table. So, the book is on the table. On is a preposition. Where is the book? The book is on the table. Prepositions of time. To refer the time, use the prepositions in, at, and on. This is a common preposition. In, at, on are the common prepositions, and here we are talking about prepositions of time. To refer to time, use the prepositions in, at, and on. Use in with the parts of the day, not specific times. In should be used for months and also years. So we have to use in for the parts of the day, months and years. Say for example, my father reads a newspaper in the morning. So before morning we have to use the preposition in, because that's a part of the day. Before the part of the day we have to use the preposition in. My father reads a newspaper in the morning. We usually take our food or lunch in the afternoon. We usually take our lunch in the afternoon. We play in the evening. So before the parts of the day you have to use in. Next one, he was born in 1961. Before years you have to use in. Before years, he was born in 1961. India got independence in 1947. So before years we have to use in. He was born in September. He was born in September. Before months we have to use in. Before months we have to use in. So what we are seeing, we are seeing the prepositions of time in, at, and on. In should be used for parts of the day, months and year. In the morning, in 1961, in September. Use at with the time of the day. Now we are going to see about at. Use at with the time of the day. I go to school at 9 o'clock. I go to school at 9 o'clock. So we are so specific. When you are so specific, use at. I go to school at 9 o'clock. I'll see you at 5 o'clock. I'll see you at 5 o'clock. The helicopter took off at midday and headed for the island. The helicopter took off at midday and headed for the island. He eats lunch at noon. He eats lunch at noon. Very important, at or in. When we refer night, what we should use? At or in. In the night usually refers to one particular night. In the night usually refers to one particular night. At night refers to any night in general. At night refers to any night in general. I was awake in the night, thinking about all the things that have happened. So when you were awake one night, you have to say in the night, because you are so particular, and you are so particular talking about one night. So I was awake in the night, not at the night. I was awake in the night thinking about all the things that have happened. Next sentence, it's not safe to travel at night, the officer said. Here, at night refers to, generally we are talking about, in general we are talking about night. It's not safe to travel at night. In general we are talking about, we are not talking about one particular night. In general, it is not safe to travel at night. So the officer said. So here in this sentence we have to use at. Use on with the days. When you are talking about days, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, you have to use on. We don't work on Sundays. We don't work on Sundays. You don't have school on Sundays, right? No. You have schools on Sundays. You don't have school on Saturdays. Am I right? My mother goes to temple on Fridays. So before days you have to use on. We are talking about prepositions of time. My mother goes to temple on Fridays. My sister goes to church on Sundays. Is it clear? Shall we move on to the next one? So what we have seen is prepositions of time in, at, and on. Okay? Okay. The next one is prepositions of direction. To refer to a direction, use the preposition to, in, into. To refer to a direction, use prepositions to, in, into. My sister went to the store. We are talking about prepositions of direction. Where did the sister go? The sister went to the store. My sister went to the store. It shows the direction the sister has gone. Don't ring the doorbell. Come right into the house. Don't ring the doorbell. Come right into. Into is a preposition. Come right into the house. So we are talking about the direction. Prepositions of direction. Into. Okay. The next one is prepositions of place. Preposition of place. Prepositions of place. To refer to a place, use the preposition in, at, on, and inside. To refer to a place, use the preposition in, at, on, and inside. So we are talking about the prepositions of place. The friends will meet in the lunchroom. Place we are talking about. Where will the friends meet? They will meet in the lunchroom. So we are talking about the place. We are giving importance to the place. Learning the prepositions of place. The friends will meet in the lunchroom. In is the preposition. The clerk was waiting at the corner. The clerk was waiting at the corner. Bertie left his purse on the table. Bertie left his purse on the table. Prepositions of place. Where did Bertie leave his purse? Bertie left his purse on the table, right? You are talking about the place. Second sentence, the clerk was waiting at the corner. Where the clerk was waiting? The clerk was waiting at the corner. Okay, prepositions of place. Place the assignment notebooks inside the cupboard. So, place. We are talking about place. Place assignment notebooks inside. Inside is called also a preposition, inside the cupboard. Wait. To refer to an object higher than a point, use the preposition over and above. To refer to an object higher than a point. When we are talking about a point, when we refer to an object that is higher than the point, then we have to use the prepositions over and above. To refer to an object that is lower than a point, use the preposition below or beneath, under and underneath. So, in order to refer to an object that is lower than a point, use the preposition below, beneath. The first sentence, the bird flew over the house. So, we are referring to an object that is higher than a point. Point is the house is the point, and we are referring an object that is higher than the point, that is the house. So, we are using over. When we refer to an object that is higher than a point, then we have to use over and above. The plates were on the shelf above the cups. The plates were on the shelf. On is also a preposition here. The plates were on the shelf and above the cups. Okay. Basements. You know basements? Basements are dug below the ground. So, basements are dug below the ground. So, this is the object is the ground. When we are referring to an object, the point is the ground, not an object. The point is the ground. When we are referring to an object lower than a point, point is the ground. When we are talking about an object that is lower than the point, then we have to use the preposition below or beneath. So, below the ground. There is hard wood beneath the carpet. There is hardwood beneath the carpet. Okay. The bird flew over the house. The plates were on the shelf above the cups. Basements are dug below the ground. There is hard wood beneath the carpet. So, beneath usually those in Western culture, houses are built using hard wood. Okay. So, there is hard wood beneath the carpet. Do you understand? Okay. The next one is to refer to an object close to a point, use the prepositions by, near, next to, between, among and opposite. So, we are referring to an object that is close to a point. When something is close to a point, we have to use the prepositions by, near, next to, between, among and opposite. The first sentence, the gas station is by the grocery store. So, it is close to a point. As the grocery store is a point and we are referring to something, the gas station is the object. The gas station is by the grocery store. By. Okay. The park is near her house. The park is near her house. Near is also a preposition here. Park your bike next to the garage. Park your bike next to the garage. Next is also a preposition. Next to, we are talking about referring an object that is close to a point. There is a deer between the two trees. When you are referring two objects, then you have to use between. There is a deer between the two trees. There is a purple flower among the weeds. There is a purple flower among is also a preposition, among the weeds. So, what we have seen is to refer to an object close to a point, we have to use the prepositions by, near, next to, between, among, and opposite. Prepositions of location. To refer to a location, use the preposition in, at, and on. To refer to a location, use the preposition in, at, and on. They live in the country. She will find her at the library. An area, when we talk about an area, we have to use in. When we talk about a point, we have to use at. She will find her at the library. And when we are talking about a surface, we have to use on. Prepositions of location, we are talking about there is a lot of dirt on the window. So that we are not talking about a point, we are talking about a surface. That is why we are using on. There is a lot of dirt on the window. She will find her at the library. It's a point. They live in the country, and we are talking about an area. When we talk about an area, we have to use in. When you talk about a point, we have to use at. And when you are talking about a surface, then we have to use on. The next one is prepositions of spatial relationships. Prepositions of spatial relationships. To refer to a spatial relationship, use the preposition spatial relationship. Space. Okay. To refer to a spatial relationship, use the preposition across, behind, toward, within. The sentence is, the post office is across the street from the grocery store. Post office is across the street. Okay. From the grocery store. The kids are hiding behind the tree. The kids are hiding behind. Okay. At the back of, behind the tree. Walk toward the garage and then turn left. Walk toward the garage and then turn left. Place a check mark within the box. Place a check mark within the box. So these are prepositions of spatial relationships. So far what we have seen is prepositions of time, prepositions of direction, prepositions of place, prepositions of location, prepositions of spatial relationships. More understanding on prepositions. In, on, at. So in all prepositions, types of prepositions, we use in, on, at. So we'll see the uses of in, on, at. On the left hand side you can see time, right hand side you can see location, in, on, at. In, which is usually used in general and also for bigger things. Centuries, in the 1800s, in the 1900s. For centuries you have to use in. I'm reading to your left. Decades, the 80s, the 90s. So you have to use in the 80s, in the 90s. For years you have to use in. Before years you have to use in. In 1970, in 1981, in 2000, in 2020, like that you have to use in. For months you have to use in July, in May, in December, in January. Before months you have to use in. We have already seen all these things, but in order to make things clear, you check this picture. Weeks, before weeks we have to use in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks, in a couple of weeks, right? On the other side, for countries, for location, for timings we have to use in. For location also we have to use in. For bigger things, England is a bigger thing, is big. We are talking about a country, right? So we have to use in England, in India, in United States of America, in London, in Chinatown. So for city, for neighborhood, for country, for bigger things, we have to use in. For centuries, on one side we have to use in for centuries, decades, years, months, weeks. On the other side, we have to use in for countries, cities, neighborhood. In Delhi, in Chennai, okay, like that we have to use in. On, on, whenever you are using on, you should be more specific. For example, to your left hand side, May 7th, 1964. So that incident happened on May 7th, 1964. For days, on my birthday. My father gifted me a watch on my birthday. For days, we have to use on. Not only that, on Fridays, okay, on Wednesdays. We've already seen an example for that. For weekends, we have to use on. You are going for a vacation on the weekend. On the weekend. When you are more specific, you have to use on. And on the other side, when you refer to a smaller things, a smaller space areas, we have to use on Oxford streets, on the corner. So we have to use on. Last one, at. When you are very specific, not specific, very specific, and you are saying the time also, then in that instances you have to use at. On one side you have you can see 7 a.m. at 7 a.m. I'll meet you at 7 a.m. Next one is 12 o'clock. At 12 o'clock, at 5 p.m. For hours, you have to use at. On the other side, you can see address, specific location, you have to use at 734 Oxford Street, at the store, at the restaurant. So you have to use specific location. For specific location, for address, for hours, when you are referring the time, when you are more specific or very specific, you have to use at. If you have any doubt, contact me. Thank you.